Hi everyone, I'm Jack Hanna, coming to you from my base camp here at the Columbus Zoo. As you can see, I'm kind of wrapped up right now. I've always had a special place in my heart for those amazing aquatic mammals, whales and dolphins. I've had more incredible encounters with these unique creatures than I can count. So I've picked out 10 that you're going to be wild about. To get started though, for me to go with the whales and dolphins, I got to be ready with my snorkel and my mask. Here we go! Here we go with some bottlenose dolphins. I know it looks goofy, but that was my line.
Destination? Bruny Island. It's located just off the coast of Tasmania, which is just off the coast of Australia. In other words, a long way away. Our guide, Robert Petticott, promised me, my wife Sue, and our daughters Suzanne and Julie a bottlenose dolphin extravaganza. One thing's for sure, it was a wild ride.
Welcome to the Tasman Sea, guys. Time to get the jackets on.
Somebody help me get this thing on. There you go.
Okay, we're on our way.
Robert said he sees dolphins 9 out of 10 times he goes out. But the more we searched, the less we saw. Then, just as we were about to give up and go back, jackpot.
Well, here they are. There. Right in front of the boat. There. Suzanne, look out. Come here, girls, up in front of the boat.
Oh my gosh.
As you can tell, I was just a teeny bit excited.
Look at them playing with us. They're playing with us. Oh!
But can you blame me? I mean, just look at them.
Oh, that was the best.
There were dolphins everywhere, close to 100, just putting on a show. And I'll tell you what, they deserved a standing ovation.
You know, sharing experiences like that with my family really is what it's all about. Right, Kathleen?
Right, Dad, but every now and then you need to see how it's done.
What do you mean how it's done? Like when you had your own wild adventure with killer whales?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Located between Canada's Vancouver Island and the mainland of British Columbia, Johnstone Strait is home to one of the largest populations of killer whales in the world. The folks in Tiny Telegraph Cove are crazy about them. No one more than Jim Borrowman and his wife Mary. Their boat Kagumi is one of the best ways to see these amazing mammals up close. But it never hurts to have a little extra help.
Well, we can always do the whale dance. The whale dance? That works. Yeah. What's that? Little flick, little hip. Seriously? You bet. Okay. Little flick, little hip. Bring on the whale.
As the clouds lifted and the water calmed, Kathleen kept her eyes peeled for that telltale sign, the dorsal fin.
Jim, they're straight up ahead. So excited I can't hold my binoculars still.
The killer whales Kathleen spotted were a family, or a pod, that Jim knew well.
How many are in this group?
There's 7 whales. There's the mother, 2 sons, 2 daughters, and 2 grandkids.
The males were easy to spot because they have much larger dorsal fins, about 6 feet high.
Right there, you can see it underwater. See the white?
Yep.
There's the baby. That's the brand new one, 2 weeks old.
Jim said that baby killer whales wouldn't leave their mother's side for almost a full year. And unlike some killer whales that travel huge distances to feed, this was a resident pod, living and feeding in this area year-round. Seeing these magnificent animals up close was a life-changing experience for Kathleen. For Jim, it was just another day in paradise.
Do you ever get tired of seeing these guys?
You tell me. How could you?
A little flick, a little hip, and I'll be ready to swim right on up there. Is that it?
Not quite.
Yeah, you'd say that, that's okay. But until then, it's on with the countdown. And next up, Alaska, home to a whole lot of humpback whales.
Glacier Bay is just west of Juneau, Alaska's capital city. I was invited to be part of an expedition led into the bay by Captain Richard Pierce.
That's all right. Be careful.
I was joined by a group of marine experts and trainers from SeaWorld, and everyone was excited, especially because our first stop was going to be humpback country. I sailed all day and even through the night. But when I woke up, we were greeted by a beautiful sunrise and a sound that was music to my ears.
There's whales up here. Wow, there's a humpback right there.
There was no mistaking what kind of whale it was.
There she is. There's a fluke right there. Look.
A humpback whale's tail flute has distinctive wavy edges. For one to appear, then slip beneath the surface is truly an awesome sight. But even more awesome, seeing them feed. Humpback whales sometimes use a technique called bubble net feeding. Swimming in a circle underwater, they blow a net of bubbles around a school of fish, like herring. Then the whale will suddenly swim up with its mouth wide open, swallowing thousands of fish in one gulp. But just as suddenly as the whale had appeared, it was gone, leaving its footprint in the water in an unforgettable memory. Coming up, they can swim, they can jump, and some can even kiss. When Wild Countdown continues.
Welcome back to Wild Countdown. Today, it's all about my adventures with those amazing aquatic mammals, whales and dolphins. Plenty of adventure? You bet. But I've got plenty more, starting with the time I kissed the dolphin.
It was on a visit I made to beautiful Grand Bahama Island. That's where you'll find Sanctuary Bay, home to the Underwater Explorer Society.
Patrick?
Hi, Jack.
How you doing?
Good.
Nice to see you, man.
Let's go diving with the dolphins.
All right.
UNESCO offers visitors incredible access to the world of dolphins, both in their protected lagoon
Wow, get out of here.
and out in the open ocean. My guide, Patrick Berry, was taking me a mile out into the Atlantic, where I'd get to swim with Bimini and Stripe, two of Sanctuary Bay's trained dolphins. Trained so well, they swim free in the ocean and always come home. Dolphins love to swim in the wake created by boats. It's their version of surfing, but how many surfers out there could do this? Bimini and Stripe were sure showing me a good time, but it was nothing compared to what they had in store when we got to the dive site. As the dolphin zipped and zoomed through the water with ease, I slowly made my way to the bottom. While Bimini played near the surface, Stripe came down to play with me. I used hand signals Patrick had taught me earlier to say hello to my new friend. You could never interact with wild dolphins like this. Not only is it dangerous, it's illegal. But Bimini and Stripe are trained to be comfortable around people. How comfortable? This kiss from Bimini says it all. It was an unforgettable moment in this once-in-a-lifetime experience, one I wished never had to end.
Actually, I wish most of my adventures didn't have to end. But then I think, if they didn't end, how would I have new adventures in the first place? Like this one. When I got my chance to check out some killer whales, and I didn't even have to dance.
It was on the trip to Alaska's Glacier Bay that I took with the folks from SeaWorld. We'd already seen those huge humpback whales, but on our last day at sea, we were in search of something that meant the world to these dedicated professionals. Killer whales. SeaWorld is known worldwide for its spectacular killer whale shows. But for the trainers joining me on this voyage, this was their first chance to see these animals in the wild.
What is that?
One look was all it took. 2 killer whales were in sight. A group of trainers were taken out on a Zodiac to get a closer look. As the killer whales fed and played in the chilly water, the trainers observed that the entertaining behaviors exhibited at SeaWorld are truly extensions of what we were witnessing here in the wild.
How was it?
We saw it. That's awesome. Jack.
Was that something?
That was incredible. That was a shot.
Awesome.
Getting a chance to see these animals in the wild would have been more than enough, but sharing it with folks who have dedicated their lives to educating people about these incredible creatures took it to another level.